Okay, guys, I'm very happy that you are here in the second part of conversion factors. Today, we will be working level 2 exercises, a little bit more complex than the one that I explained in the part 1 of the series of videos. Okay, so I just want to show you again why are you learning these conversion factors and how are they so important for you. You don't need to memorize mathematical formulas. You could say 50% solving questions or more solving these conversion factors. You can also work dimensional analysis when you are learning these conversion factors. You will enhance definitely your confidence when approaching these exercises. Know what units are you canceling. You will be very confident to provide an answer. Also, you can apply them to math, chemistry, bio, and even in your daily life. Okay, so let's start with this level 2. Watching this video for the first time, I highly recommend you to go to part 1. Okay, let's start it. Now, in this case, you have an exercise that you might see in your chemistry lessons in the IB, not but maybe in grade 9, in MIP, in grade 10. This is one of the exercises. You have to convert from kilograms to grams. What is important is that you need to know how many grams in how many kilograms. So the equivalence. The exercise is this one. How many grams of rice are there in 3.5 kilograms bag? So as I mentioned in the first video in the part 1, I will start always with the given number, which is 3.5 and the unit kilogram. These number and unit are the ones that I will write as the first part, 3.5 kilograms. Then I will put times a line. In the denominator, I will put the same unit that I have in the given number. And in the numerator, I will put the unit that I am looking for my target, which is grams. Now I am using the equivalent term here, this one. I know that 1 kilogram is 1000 grams. I love conversion factors because in that case you don't need to memorize what do I need to do? Do I need to multiply times 1000 or do I need to divide by 1000? This is something that my students always struggle with all the time. Do I multiply or do I divide? By using conversion factors, you don't need to ask this question again. So solving this exercise will be, I will multiply times 1000 and then I will divide it, the result divided by 1. This is how it works. So I will have 3.5, we don't need calculator, but anyway, 3.5 times 1000, we have 35, we have 3500 grams. Remember that we are canceling the units kilogram with kilograms, and the unit that we have here is the one that we use in our answer. And this is how we double check, and this is how we use dimensional analysis. Let's solve the second exercise using the same equivalent. How many kilograms of iron are in 24,000 grams of iron? So I will again start with the given number, 24,000 grams. I will put the unit times, line with the conversion factor, in the denominator because it's the unit that I will cancel, and kilograms in the denominator because it's the one that I'm looking for. This is the target. Then I am using my equivalence, which is 1 kilogram, 1000 grams. So here I have that 1 kilogram, 1000 grams. And again, I will multiply times the numerator here and the result divided by the thing that I have in the denominator, the number. Let's do it. So 24,000 divided by 1000, 24, and the unit is kilogram. Remember, we'll cancel grams and grams, doing dimensional analysis, getting rid of the unit that we don't need, and getting the correct answer. So this is the first exercise of level 2. Let's continue with another one. In this level 2 exercise, we are getting close to the things that you are needing. If you are an IB chemistry student, this is the kind of exercise that you will use to solve exercises. If you use formulas, it's okay. If you use cross multiplication, it's okay. This is just a different way for you to make the calculations fast and without doubts, without remembering any any formula. Okay, let's do this one. How many centimeter cubes of water are in a decimeter cube of water? So 1 decimeter cube of water is the given. I multiply. Decimeter cubes is the one that I will put down in the denominator. Centimeter cubes is the one that I'm looking for. 1 decimeter cube equal 1000 centimeter cubes, because this is the unit that I have here. I cancel the units to double check that I am doing my exercise correctly. I multiply times the new number in the numerator and divide by the number in the denominator. That would be 1 times 1000 centimeter cube. Pretty easy in that case. I didn't need to remember any formula. It's just using my conversion factor, use the equivalent terms over here, and then just jump into the exercise. Here we have another one using scientific notation. How many decimeter cube of mercury in 2.5 times 10 to the power of 5 centimeter cubes of mercury? So here we have, I am starting always with the given number and the unit given as well. 2.5 times 10 to the power of 5 centimeter cubes. I will create my conversion factor here. What do I need to put down? Centimeters, because this is the one that I will cancel, centimeter cubes. What I will put in the numerator, the one that I am looking for, which is decimeter cube, equals. Then I will get, using my equivalence over here, I will have that 1000 centimeter cubes is 1 decimeter cube. Notice that I am using again the same. I will cancel centimeters, and I will just solve the exercise. Solved. So let's do it. So we have 2.5 times 10 to the power of 5 times 1 is the same number divided by 1000, 250, and the unit that is left is decimeter cubes. The third and fourth exercises for level 2. So let's continue with the last exercise for this level 2. I hope that you are understanding this. I hope that you are sharing this. Let's continue. Now we are going into the domains of physics. So conversion factor level 2, this is exercise 5 and 6 for this level 2. Let's do it. It says, how many kilometers are there in log that measures through 3.5 miles? What do I need? What do I need to solve this exercise? The first thing is the equivalence term, or the equality that I have here. 1 mile is 1.6 kilometers. This is the exercise. Remember, I will start always by the given number, 3.4 miles. The level 2 way to use conversion factors. Higher level using equations, using multiple and consecutive conversion factors, and applying a more complex equation. We are going from different levels, and this might be very easy for you guys. You go to the part 3 of these videos. Let's continue. In the numerator, I will put kilometers because that's the unit that I am looking for. Then I will use my equivalence. So 1 mile is 1.6 kilometers. So I am canceling the unit, miles and miles, and my answer will be in kilometers. And remember, again, I will multiply times the numerator. Once I have the answer, I divide by the denominator. Most cases is 1, but some others is not 1, so you need to be aware of that. In that case, will be 3.4 times 1.6 equals 5.44 divided by 1. So I will put 5.4, considering the number of decimal places and significant figures in this exercise. This is how we solve this. Now let's solve another one using the same equivalent. How many miles did my father run in a 20-kilometer marathon? 20 kilometers, number and unit, first part given in the exercise. Then I multiply times my conversion factor, the unit that I want to get rid of, kilometers in the denominator, and the unit that I am looking for in the numerator, which is miles. Then I am using my equivalence, the one that I have here. 1.6 kilometers is 1 mile. I cancel my units to double check that I am doing this correctly. Equals. I multiply times the numerator, and the result I divided my denominator. So that will be 20 times divided by 1.6. This is 12.5 miles, because this is the unit that I have here left. Exercise 5 for this level 2, guys. So I highly recommend you to revise this if it's complex. Go to part 1 of this video if those exercises are challenging for you, or this could be a good starting point, this whole video. We will continue the next video with level 3, where we will use multiple conversion factors and we will apply more complex units, compound units. Unit of time, for example, density, which has mass and volume, and this kind of units in level 3. So I hope you stick with me until the graduation of these conversion factors. This is everything for this video. Don't forget to subscribe. If you have doubts, please in the comments. If you feel that this is so easy, go to part 3 straight away. I have some homework for you. Those are the exercise. If you really want to nail this skill, you have to solve all of them. So stop the video or take a screenshot or just take a photo. Try to solve all of them from 1 to 5. Once you solve them, go to the mark scheme in 3, 2, 1. Here we have the mark scheme. For exercise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is divided in 2. Here we have the answers. Practice, practice, practice. Level 3, part 3 of this series of videos. See you.